I went there to be a singer. I went there with an opera company from Cleveland. So they gave me such a nice review in the New York Times. I decided I would go to New York and be a singer. But I had to work, so I had to get a job. And I had been a teacher in Virginia. I'd actually taught less than 2 years in Virginia before I came to New York. And they sent me to this junior high school in Upper Manhattan. And somebody whispered to me, "Oh, they sent you to the worst junior high school in Manhattan." Well, Knox Junior High School had been an all-girls school. And it was almost all white. And within 3 years, it became a boys and girls school. And the population exploded to become 75% Puerto Rican and all black. And they only had 6 black teachers and 1 Puerto Rican teacher. And I didn't care. I thought I was going to sing opera, and I would just be there 1 year. Well, it turned out the children at Junior High School 99 were nothing like what the people told me they would be. They were like children anywhere, everywhere. They were kind and wonderful, and I loved them, and they loved me. Now, right away, it didn't come out that way. We had some challenges, and it took about 2 weeks for me to say, you know, this is my room. This is like my living room. I'm going to show you how to come into my room. And we came back after school to actually learn that. And so, when I had a chance to go and sing, I auditioned for one thing. I could not leave those young people because we were working on a Christmas program, and they had told me that they had 6 music teachers in that same position the year before I came. I did not have the heart to leave. And then 1 year became 2, and 3, and 4. And then I decided, I got married, and my wife in New York, both my children were born there. And I got a chance to go and teach in a high school. Because then I said, with the choir, I would like to have the full soprano range and the full bass range. So I did that for 2 years, and then I was called back to that same district where Lester lived to be the supervisor of music for the whole district. And then later I was called to be the supervisor of music for all of Bedford-Stuyvesant. And we got involved in all kinds of national programs and so forth. And Indiana University heard of me and asked me to apply for a position. I did not have a resume. I was completely happy in New York, had no desire to leave. But they invited me for an interview, and one thing led to another. And I stayed there for 26 years. But during that time, I had a chance to sing the opera Porgy and Bess. So when Lester asked me what I sing, I said, "Lester, I'm not the same man you met when you were in junior high school. I'm 75 years old." He said, "But you can still sing. And you know, I told you he takes you out of your comfort zone." So he forced me to come here today and sing. And so I said, "I will only sing on one condition. If I sing from Porgy and Bess, we can ask Dr. Toppin, who's the chairman of the voice department at the University of North Carolina in Chapel Hill. She and I grew up in the same church in Petersburg, Virginia, St. Stephen's Episcopal Church. Not at the same time, because I had left when she was growing up, but I always heard of her. And I always heard of her singing all over the world. So I'm really blessed that Louise is going to sing with me today. But I'm going to tell lots of children in here may not know the story of Porgy and Bess. Porgy is an opera written by George Gershwin. And it's about a black neighborhood, poor black neighborhood, not long after slavery. Out of Charleston, South Carolina, it's called Catfish Road, all black. And the people were very poor and undereducated. So you may hear me say things like, "Bess, you is my woman." That doesn't mean that I think that's where you're supposed to speak. But we were trying to, Gershwin was trying to portray it just as those people, not to make fun of them or ashamed of them, because that's just the way they were. They were only one generation out of slavery, and they had not have been forbidden during slavery to even have an education. The penalty for learning how to read during slavery, in most parts of slavery, was death. You could be killed for learning how to read. So would you wonder that the slaves did not speak as if they had PhDs? So Porgy is a crippled man. Who would have believed that I really am now really crippled? But the whole is played on my knees on a cart. And he is a beggar in Charleston, and he goes with a goat cart. And when he comes home to Catfish Road, they take the goat away, and he goes around by pumping himself around on a cart. And he meets Bess. Bess is a very beautiful young woman who's like of questionable occupation, I would say. And she's with a man named Crown, who's a very notorious man. And he murders a man, and he gets away. And Bess hides in Porgy's cabin, a little shack. And they become a couple. And so Porgy is so happy to be with Bess that everyone is talking about Porgy singing this song, I got plenty of nothing, but nothing plenty for me. So that's what I'm going to sing first. And then I'm going to ask Dr. Toppin to come out, and she's going to sing Summertime, which really wasn't originally sung by Bess. It was sung by Clara, who was a fisherman's wife and had a baby. And the fisherman got lost in the hurricane. And Clara went after the fisherman, and she got killed too. But before she left, she handed the baby to Bess. So later in the opera, Bess sings Summertime. And then the last thing we'll do together is the duet called Bess, You Is My Woman.